Okay, let's find our focus. Yes. First thing, ratios cannot have decimals. Ratios cannot have fractions. So, when they ask you to simplify, they meant that change both of them to whole numbers. So this, some books will say, oh, let's multiply 10 on both sides. And then you get a 3:5. And that's the answer. You just need to make sure that both are whole numbers in its simplest form. But yesterday I told you all, you could actually change it into a fraction. Okay, can. So you change it to decimals as a fraction. You press calculator equal. They will also give you 3/5. And then you put it in decimals. So this is also fine. Okay. So next, they say simplify B is to C, which is 1/7 and 1/2. You can't compare two fractions that are of different size. You need to make sure the denominator is the same, or you can multiply both sides by LCM. So what's the LCM of 7 and 2? 14. So if you multiply 14 on both sides, you are left with a 2 here. You are left with a 7. And the answer is just 2:7. However, if you find this too much effort, just change this into a fraction. Write 1/7, divide by half, press equal on your calculator. They will give you 2/7. And then you write it in a decimal way. You write it in a ratio manner. So this is easy because it's just calculator doing the calculation for you. This one, you still need to think of LCM. Okay? So I leave it to you what is better for you. But the last one, they want you to compare between A and C. So in order to do that, you need to put all three together. So A and B is 3:5. B and C is 2:7. So I hope you can see that the middle overlap unit between them is B. So you need to make sure that the size of the individual unit is the same before you can compare the three together. So I need to make both of them 10. So I'm going to multiply by 2 here, multiply by 5 here. So remember, the comparison is between these two. So if you multiply this by 2, you also must multiply this by 2. The other pair of comparison is between B and C. So if you multiply by 5 here, you should also change this to 5 units. Okay, so now this one becomes 10. This one becomes 35. And this one becomes 6. So what is the ratio between A and C? It's just 6:35. But they want you to live in fraction form, so just give me this as the final answer. So if you are comparing 3, make sure you make the overlapping one the same. Just like if I'm asking you to compare people's height. You have not seen the 3 person before. Then I say Tom is taller than Alice. Right? Then I tell you, but Alice is taller than maybe Gabriel. So is Tom taller than Gabriel or not?
Yes.
Because the overlapping person that you compare with is Alice. So there must be an overlap before you can compare the 3 things together. Who? Okay, this one I think is relatively okay. Just that some of you forgot that Mr. Lucky actually spent $56 away already. So a lot of you found that Mr. Lucky 1 unit is 111. You forgot to add the 56 back to be 176. Okay? And then Mr. Lucky's wife is $333. $333. Okay, so this one I'm not going through. It's relatively well done. It's just forgetting the $56. Okay, this one I just want to address. Primary school, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. How many hours? Why I got people writing 7 hours, 9 hours, 9 to 5 p.m. So 9 to 10 is 1 hour, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 hours in total. Okay? So this one, 8 hours in total. Every hour they give me 350. So this is for 1 day. But I'm working for 30 days. So you times 30. So this amount, what is the amount in 30? Those who did 840. Right? And then you're going to use 1029. Subtract this. You get 189. This is the amount of money you get from working OT. Right? But OT, they give you extra 1.5 times of your hourly rate. Meaning, instead of giving you 350, they give you 1.5 times of your usual rate. So, next time when you are working part-time, during festive season, like Christmas, New Year's Day, public holiday, they will say, I will double your hourly rate if you work during these days. So some people will stay so that they work double, they get double the money for each hour they work. So this is what happens in real life also. So the hourly rate, what is it? $5 and what? Those who got it right, $5.25 or 75.
I did a different. I did
25. So now they are paying you every hour $5.25 for the extra hour overtime you work. So all you have to do is just divide this by the $5.25.
So 36.
Yes, so this person work extra 36 hours OT. OT means overtime. Okay, this one, just some tiny mistakes here and there. Many of you never look at the units you are working with. Okay, and then some of you mistaken about the triangle. Distance, speed, time. So if you want to find speed, is distance divided by time. Okay? If you want to find time, is distance divided by speed. Okay? If you want to find distance, is speed times time. So these three must be right. Ayo, cannot see properly, right? S is D over T. T is D over S. And D is S times T. So this one y'all must know. If not, your calculation will be wrong. TJ, don't dance for Liam when he's not interested. Okay, first thing first. I want to find X. X is meters per minute. This is kilometers. You got to change it to meters first by multiplying by 1,000. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meter. So to find X, it is this distance. This is your distance. Divide by time. So you get what? 50 meters per minute. Okay? How to find Y? I want to find time. So time is distance. Also must times this. Divide by speed. So you get 40 minutes. Okay, so remember you must convert to meters by multiplying by 1,000. Last one, I want to find distance. So distance is speed times time. So speed times time. You get 5,000 meters. But To put under this column, you must change to kilometer. So one more step, divide by 1000 is actually 5. So some of you never pay attention to the units. Okay, last one. Average speed formula is not 3 speed add up divide by 3. That's wrong. Okay? Average speed is total distance divided by total time. So you add up the total distance, then you divide by total time. But be careful, they say you must find your answer in meter per minute. So everything must be in meters. So instead of 0.75 is 750 meters. Instead of 20 is 20,000 meters. Instead of, what's my Z? 5 kilometers is 5,000. Divide by total time, 50 plus 40 plus 25. Final answer is about 322 minutes. Meter per minute. 3SF. Because you get 321.8 something, right? So you should have rounded off to 322. So I just want to clarify this formula in case you added 3 speed divided by 3. That is wrong, huh? Okay, the next question. Yeah, I think it's part B that some of you cannot do. Yes. Sorry. Okay, do corrections. After we finish doing corrections for these 2 assignments, then I'll give you a quiz.
Is that a minus 3?
No, equal. Okay, this to make sure that the holiday, what you have learned is not wasted, huh? Okay, next one, this one. I'm only doing this one. A is well done, so nothing to go through. Those of you who got 420, you're on the right track. Okay, this is dollars, and I want to change to euro. So euro is this one. In order to change to euro, I need to change to pounds first. So I ask myself, $2.10 give me 1 pound. So if I have $500, I want to know how much pounds I can get from there. So I will use 500 to divide by 210. So this will tell me how much pounds I get. Okay, but then they tell me every 93 cents of pounds can give me 1 euro. So this is the amount of pounds I have. If I want to find how many euros I can get, I must divide by 0.93 because every 93 cents is 1 pound. 1 euro, right? So if I divide by this, I should be able to find out how much euro I get. So a lot of you forgot to divide by this. So final answer, if all is right, you should get 256 rounded off to the nearest euro.
I put 256.01.
But they say correct to the nearest euro, so nearest dollar. Okay? Okay, last one. There are many ways you can do the comparison. One is finding every dollar, how many grams can you get? Or you can find every gram, how much does it cost you? Then you can compare which is a better buy. So if we look at the small one, you can do this. I use 450 grams to divide by $1.04. Hey, where's my calculator? Can I borrow a calculator? Whoever who has one, thank you. So for one, no bad.
Oh, yeah, do it for one. No, man.
You check. Let me quick one. Okay, so you use a 415 divide by 1.04. You will get 399 grams per dollar. So every $1, you can actually buy 399 grams. That's what it means. But for the big one, the large container, it actually gets me 411 grams per dollar. So which one is of better value? The large one, right? The large tin. Since I can get how much more? 12 grams more soup per $1 spent. So that's why it's of a better value. But if you don't want to find it this way and you prefer to find how much it costs you per gram, you can also divide opposite. This one tell you that it is $0.0025 per gram. This one tells you that it is 0.0024 per 1 gram. So it's cheaper to buy this as compared to this. So the difference is of 0.0001 cent, which is fine, but this gives you a better value. So you can compare in any way you want. Some of you go and convert this to 850 grams and find out how much you spend and realize that it spends more to buy this. Then this is a better value. Also fine. So this kind of question, just need to convert them in the same way, then you can compare them. Okay, so I leave you with this for a bit. Then get ready your percentage. Percentage also a bit headache, a bit. Paying attention. Okay, focus. Okay. Okay, so all these, remember to put it into your files. It will be tested for WA3. So make sure you file them properly. Don't anyhow throw.
When is WA3?
WA3 is either week 7 or week 8. We are at week 1 now. Okay? So what can be tested? Of course, the previous chapter we learned the triangles, angles, and quadrilaterals. And then the next one is ratio, rate, and speed. The next one is percentage. And then of course we have our number patterns and our linear function.
It's snack time.
Now snack time. Still got 2 more minutes. About ratio is that you are comparing 2 or 3 quantities of the same type. They must be the same type of quantities. And ratio no units. Remember? So if you can still recall, if I tell you the ratio between A and B is 3:5 units, and then I say B is to C is maybe, I don't know, 10:7. So you need to put the 3 together by making the overlap quantity the same. So meaning, can you see that I need to make sure that this is the same in order to compare? So if I want to make this the same, I need to multiply this by 2, and the A should naturally multiply by 2 as well. So once everybody is of the same size, then I can compare. This is 10, this is 7, and this is 6. So the ratio between A is to B is to C is 6:10:7. So this is something new. Your normal ones are usually comparing 2 quantities, but when there's 3, make sure the overlapping one is of the same size. Then you can compare throughout. Next is if I give you fractions, are you able to change them to all whole numbers? So for instance, if I tell you A and B is half and 1/7. So to compare them, actually there's a very fast way, which is changing this into fraction. So you can key this into the calculator, right? And then what does the calculator give you? Can you take out your calculator and key this in? What does it give you? 7/2. Your calculator will give you this. So if you convert it back, it's actually 7:2. So you don't have to go and multiply everything by LCM. Okay, and make them 7:2. Okay, you won't have to do that. You just key into a calculator, and then you can get their ratio directly. So actually ratio can be written as a fraction in 2 different ways. So this is the ratio manner. This is the equivalent fraction form. Okay? Can So before, no matter what units I give you, let's say I give you this is 1.2 kg, and I give you this as 500 grams, you can't compare them until both are of the same quantity. So you must change this to 1,200 grams first. Okay, before you can simplify them. Okay, so last time you do this, right? Then you realize it's 12:5. Drop the units in the final step. Ratio has no units. So the whole thing about ratio, you just need to remember all these key parts. Okay, which you should have learned in primary school already. This is just a simplified a slightly more complex version. Can Okay, then of course we have rates. Rates can compare 2 different quantities of different kinds. Like people like to compare maybe money with hours, right? How much they pay you for wage. That means how many dollars per hours of work you do. Okay, or they can say what else? Your typing speed. How many words can you type in per minute? Okay, so all these are comparing 2 different types of quantities. Okay, and it tells you the ratio basically. So this one thing that they like to compare is currency. How much of your Malaysian ringgit can you change with a dollar Sing, right? So currency is what they like to use, or maybe your kilometers per hour, your meters per minute or meters per second. So these are things that they like to compare. Okay, last one is of course speed. So speed, there is this triangle, distance, speed, time. So if you want to find distance, is speed times time. If you want to find speed, is distance divided by time. And if you want to find time, is distance divided by speed. Right? So it's only these three, but you need to know the units conversion between kilometer, meter, cm, mm. So kilometer to meter is times 1,000, times 100, times 10. Okay, I'm just doing a very quick recap. Then is the opposite. Okay, one other useful thing you need to know is hours, minutes, seconds. So times 60, 60. Divide 60, 60. So you should have done a summary like this during the holiday already. So the whole chapter 8 revolves around these three things. Make sure you more or less know the overview. Okay, then what you have learned in this June holiday for percentage, which is chapter 9. Okay, it's percentage increase, which you always find the increase over original times 100%. Okay, if you want to find percentage decrease, then it's decrease over original times 100%. Okay? Then what else you have? Oh, discount. So if you want to find the percentage discount, it will be the discount you get over the original times 100%. Okay, then GST. Just take note, last time the question GST is 7%, but now the GST question is 9%. So if let's say I tell you this thing costs $1,000 with including GST, means how many percent does this represent? 109%. Okay, because now GST is 9%. So if I say this price is already inclusive of GST, you must tell me that this is 109%. Then you go and find 1%. Okay, then you go and find 100. That will be the price without GST. Okay? Yes.
If there is like a discount and they want you to include GST, should you do the discount first or you include GST first?
You will do the discount first, then you put in the GST. Yeah. Okay? So this one is a bit tricky because sometimes you don't know whether this is 100%. Then you go and find the 91%, right? But no, if they tell you it includes GST, means this is the 109%. Go and find the 100. Okay? Okay, so more or less, this is the main bulk of what you are supposed to learn during this holiday. So we are going to continue to learn this thing called the reverse percentage. So let us all look at your notes now on 9.3. Okay, this is just a summary. Yeah. Okay, so if we look at this, we know percentages always tells you the proportion of one quantity over its total. But this total is equal to 100%. Okay, it always tells you the proportion. So for instance, if let's say this is the amount I got, I want to know how many percent is this. The total is always 100%. So percentage usually sums up to 100%. But of course, you can go beyond that. Okay, so reverse percentage will help us find what is the original value. Okay, so let's look. They say during the Great Singapore Sale, the price of all the items in the store were reduced by 15%. So it's like a discount. Everything has been discounted and it is 15%. The sale price of a MacBook is this price. That means now it's selling at this price. Find the price of the MacBook before the sales. So can you tell me this selling price is how many percent? What, 5? 85. Because there is a 15% reduction. So this represents 85%. So go and find the 1%. Go and find the 100. Okay, why reverse? Because usually we say, oh, can you go and find the 20% of the total? But now, no, I'm giving you the final. Find back its original. So that's reverse. So go and divide by 85. Okay, and then go and multiply by 100. Yes, so you will get $1,750. This is the original price of MacBook before the sale. Why? Okay, let's try this. After going on a diet, Mr. Po's mass dropped to 70 kg. After his mass decreased by 25%. So, this 70 kg represents what?
His weight.
How many percent is that?
7.
Okay, so that means I have already lost that 25% and that mass is 70 kg. So it's telling me that 75% is 70 kg. This is after the drop of 25%. So of course, I want to find out what was his original mass. How much has he dropped? Okay, so go and find 1%. Then go and find okay, not a perfect answer, but if you want to leave it like this, then it's exact. Yes, Sam, you raise your hand. Who is absent?
TJ.
Or TJ? Or you all say no one. Break TJ's feeling. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Or one new student. Yes.
1750 times 100. Isn't it 17500?
Which one?
Yeah,
First question.
teacher, you're wrong.
First question?
Yeah.
You put 1750 times 100 is 1750.
It should be
This one?
0.
Right?
Correct what?
No, teacher, when you put 100% is
Example
no,
one.
it's 17 dot.
Sorry.
Correct, right? Oh, you scare me. So you can write exact in this way. 93.33333. Just put a dot for recurring decimal, or give me 93 and 1/3. If you write 93.3, you need to give me 3 SF. But this is even better. Okay, give me the exact. Okay, so far okay, but the only confusing thing is sometimes you don't know whether it's minus or plus, or whether this is 100%. So just read the question carefully. Okay, next one. Marina barrage. It says the water level of a marina barrage. Okay, the water level basically increases by an average of 28% to 176 cm during the wet season. Okay, however, during the dry season, the water level decreases to an average of 96 cm. So find the original water level before its increase of 28%. So it's saying that, let's say this is my original, which is at 100%. Okay, when it's during the wet season, this water level actually rises up. Okay, this water level actually rises up by an additional 28%. Okay, to a height of 176 cm. Okay, I don't know where it extends to. So probably maybe somewhere here. Okay, and then this is the original. So now question say, can you go and find the original for me? So what is the percentage of this height? 128%. So 128% is 176 cm. Go and find the 1%. And then go and find the 100. No, they never say decrease by how many percent. So we don't know yet, but we can find out. This one is after it decreases. Okay, so go and calculate. Okay, you get a very neat 137.5. So the original height is at 137.5 cm. So this is part A's answer. Okay, next it says during the dry season, this water level actually drops. Okay, it drops to this height. So it drops by this much during the dry season. Okay, so now they say, can you find the percentage decrease of the original water level? So just now our recap is percentage decrease is decrease over original times 100%. Okay, so Gabriel and Raif, now you all know why cannot sit together. Before that, here I still can see what you're doing. Now I cannot see, but I know you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'm like rapping. Okay, so decrease by how much? This drop to this. So to find the decrease, you use 137.5 minus your 96. So it's 41.5 cm. The original was 137.5. So over original times 100%. So this formula, don't forget, is always over original. Don't confuse yourself. Is it 97 or 137.5? Oh, sorry. Is it 96 or 137.5? It's always the original, which is your 100%. Okay, this original, don't confuse, So you get 30.181818, right? So you can start from this dot, end with this dot for recurring. This is exact, so no need to round off. But if you want to change to fraction, then this is what you get. Also fine. These two are the best answer, better than 3SF. Okay, because they are exact. Until 2:10. Okay. Okay, example 4, can you try out very quickly on your own first? I don't want to be going through everything. Just try out before we check. From 3002 become 2008. $400. What is my original? This one, right? Yes. So you go and times. So it dropped by 12.5%. Okay? So you just follow through the steps part by part. Don't confuse yourself with the percentage too much. Okay. Okay, you end up paying 1,400. Okay, but they say I'm gonna give you a further 10% discount based on this. So instead of finding 60%, what should you find? Further 10% discount means I'm gonna drop the price by 10%. This is after the 30% already, right? So this is my new discounted price. I want to give you a further 10%. So what should I multiply this with? 90. Because after I deduct by 10%, I'm left with 90% left. So that's a 1260. So this is the final discounted price. Okay, and I'm going to show you that it's different from decreasing by 40% in total. Because if you find 60% of this, it's actually 1,200. Okay? So they never give you up to 40% discount. They give you a 30-something percent. Okay, it's not actually 40, so you cannot count this way. You cannot say drop 30, drop 10, means it's drop 40. It's from different base number, so you can't do that. So this one, be careful, it's common mistakes every year students make. Okay, next, it says Mrs. Po, the wife, told her husband excitedly that it was a good deal. She had a total discount of 40%. Oh, which is what we wrote here lah. Okay, wait, let me not Erase this off. This was what Mrs. Po said. Mrs. Po thought she got a 40% discount. And then Mr. Po said no, it's actually less than 40%. Who do you think is correct?
Mr. Poe.
Okay, so we check. Is this really less than 40%? So how to find percentage discount? How to find percentage discount? What's the formula? Discount over original times 100%. So from 2000 drop to 1260. What's the discount? Go and calculate. 740, right? Okay. So you will get 740. Original was 2000. So that's the total discount I've gotten. I've gotten a discount of $740. So let's check. Is this 40%? You realize it's only 37%. So it's less than 40%. So Mr. Po is right. Okay, 40% is 1,200, but actually you have only gotten 37% discount. Okay, the discount was only 37%. Okay, every scenario in 9.4 is will be scenarios that you will face in real life, like buying a phone. Okay, next time you are going to borrow money from the bank to buy your house. Okay, next time you are going to buy some things with installment. So all these are real life scenarios of what you will encounter when you grow up. Okay? Is this your new seating arrangement?
The same thing as last.
Everyone's sitting the same way.
No. Find a number not at the same place. You are also not at the same place. Yeah?
You're not Rashida. You're
Rakshita was with there until we decide to sit with. Who is supposed to be here?
Sanasha and Gabriel.
See? What a massive... Okay, next lesson, please go back to your original seat. Don't anyhow change. Like Nathaniel and Holder is not there, one, right?
Yeah, because like
I gave the permission.
because she's sitting here.
Oh, so they must move as a pair, is it? Okay, this one, iPhone. An iPhone costs 1,850 inclusive of a 9% GST. So this one represents how many percent? 109. Don't tell me this is 100. The moment you write 100 is wrong already, because they already tell you inclusive. So this is 109. Go and find your 100. You're not your head now, right? But when I quiz you, a lot of you will make this mistake. Cannot decide 100 or 109. Is it finding 81 or 91? You all will make this mistake. Now because I do, you all look like very easy, there, right? So the original price of the phone is actually this. Okay, remember money is 2DP. Because the smallest denomination for money is 1 cent. It cannot go lesser. So don't give me 3 decimal place. Okay, so in reality, the smallest denomination for money is 1 cent. So you give me 2 DP will do. Don't give me 3 or 4. Okay, so this is the original cost of the phone. Cost of phone. Then they say, can you calculate the GST amount? Okay, of course you can. Just use this. Subtract away this. So this is the GST that you have paid. Okay, for them to import the phone to your country. Okay, for all the technology that they have paid for, the government tax you this amount for the iPhone. Okay, lastly, what's the purpose? Oh, okay. So this is what I've told you. So GST actually stands for goods and services tax. Okay, why do they need to do that? It's because it actually costs money, okay, for others to bring in the goods. They ship it over to the country and they pay a certain premium for it. Okay, if everybody starts shipping things around and then because of the difference in the currency, they sell you at a difference in the price, then they are earning much more than they want to, then it becomes very profitable for them to just bring anything here and then make it as costly as possible. But when we put in goods and services tax, then what you are paying is actually a more reasonable amount than the one that is without, because who will end up getting the most money from everything? The person who is selling you the goods, right? So if the government places a tax on it, they will make sure that you are not charged at a very unreasonable price, because they need to pay tax in order to ship things over. Okay, and then when they charge you, the GST is already included in the amount that you need to pay. Okay, so this is the amount. Okay, this is also one practical one. We have 10 minutes. I think we can do one more question. Okay, next time when you put your money in the bank, different bank will offer you interest rate. Meaning because they like you to lock your money inside the bank. Why?
So they can charge you interest.
No, they are giving you interest. They want to entice you to put their money in their bank for as long as possible. Why? What do you think banks do with your money? They use your money and lend it to other people, or they use it for investment and earn more from it, right? Then they give you a little bit interest. So some companies, some banks, they give you 0.02%. Some banks, very good, they give you 3%. But you must lock your money inside for maybe 10 years and not touch it. Okay, so that's called a fixed deposit. So all this is because the bank can lock your money in. It gives them more money to be able to do investment and earn more in return. But in return, they give you some interest. That means you put your money inside, the bank is going to give you some money for doing that. So next time, go and look at the bank. They will give you more interest when you put your money inside. Okay? So let's look at this. So this Mr. Quack decided to put this amount in the bank. This amount, we call it the principal amount. The original amount you put inside the bank. This is called the principal amount. So it's going to give him an interest. This is the interest of 5% per annum. Per annum means per year. So every year, they are going to give you 5% of what you put in every year. So they say, how much money will Mr. Quack have in his bank after 4 years? So you ask yourself, How much interest can you earn? If every year you put in this amount, this is the amount you put in, this is the amount you put in, and they give you 5% every year. So this is per year. They give you 5% of what you put in. So this is your interest rate. Okay, so this is only for 1 year. But I want to find for 4 years. So I times 4. Okay? So actually, you are just doing your normal calculation, but they came up with a formula for it. They say interest is P R T over 100. So this is the formula they say to find interest rate. Okay? So you go and calculate 120,000 times 5% times 4 years. They actually give you $24,000. So if you put in 120,000 in the bank for 4 years and don't touch it, the bank at the end of 4 years will give you $24,000, which means every year they give you how much? $6,000, right? So for 120,000 you put in the bank, at the end of each year they give you $6,000. Understand? Okay, so how much money will Mr. Quek have in the bank? So Mr. Quek will have the 120,000 plus the 24,000. Eh, is it? No, 144. So this is the amount that he will get at the end of 4 years. Okay, then they say, okay, what if Mr. Quek decide to take out the money after 5 months? Don't want to put for the whole year. So same thing, let's try to calculate interest. This is the amount I put in. Going to give me 5% every year. But instead of 4 years, I only put 5 months. So 5 months, you need to change to number of years, means you must divide by what? 5 out of 12. So instead of putting it in terms of number of years, it's only 5 out of 12 years. Right? So go and calculate that. So after 5 months, how much will he get? So he will get $2,500 instead of $6,000. So the more money you lock inside the bank, the more they give you. But they are going to use your money for another purpose. So that's why choose a bank that is reputable. There are some banks that collapse, right? Then your money disappear. So be careful. Oh, last question. So tomorrow when I see you, we are having the quiz. Okay, would you want to try the question as homework instead? Or do it now? Finish it now or you do as homework? The last example.
Now! Come on guys, you can do it.
Don't want homework, don't want everything. Okay, brand new BMW. Boys very interested. Girls like to drive or not? I don't like to drive, I'm scared. I like to be drove around. Okay. Okay. Shh. So this is 250,000. It's like one HDB flat. Okay, riding on the road. Okay. Yeah. Some HDB flat is like 100 over 1,000, 200 over 1,000. One BMW on the road is like one HDB flat. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, shh. You need to know what's the meaning of down payment. Okay, down payment, deposit, all means a small fraction of the amount you pay first. Down payment is like a small deposit or a small fraction of the amount you pay off first in cash. Okay, so let's say this person say, oh, I have 100,000 cash now, I pay 100,000 first. So this is the down payment I pay first. So I still owe 150,000, correct? Because I pay my down payment of 100,000 already. So the remaining amount I still owe is 150,000. So this is the amount I still owe. And then you say, okay, the remaining amount I'm gonna pay by monthly installment. I pay you by installment. I don't want to pay everything one shot. Every month I pay a fraction. Then they say, can, I will charge you an interest for it. Okay? So this loan is 2.5% every year. Okay? And it's going to be paid in equal monthly installment for 7 years. So how much is this person going to charge me? So let's calculate interest first. So interest is P times R times T over 100. So the amount I owe them is this. The interest rate I need to pay them is 2.5% and for 7 years. So I go and calculate. This is the amount I need to be charged for interest. So this is the amount of interest I need to pay. So every month, how much do I need to pay them? So this is the amount I owe them. This is the interest I need to pay them at the end of 7 years. How many months in total in 7 years? 7 times 12, right? This is the total number of months. This is the loan I took. This is the interest they charge me. So if they say can pay by monthly installment, when you take a loan, they charge you interest. So you calculate now. Divide by 84. So you actually have to pay $2,000, 98 every month. Say I want to go through this assignment. Yes. You need the pass? Chapter 8 one. Who doesn't have the assignment copy? Yeah. Can do on foolscap tape. Okay, this one. You don't have it. That day, did I give you one? Yeah, let me see if I have one more copy. I don't. Can I pass you the? I bring you one.
You can wait. No, you never do. You never do.
Okay. This one. This one.
Teacher Gabriel never do.
This one very long already, like holiday I asked you all to do, remember? Okay, anyway, shh. You also don't have. The soft copy is in Google Classroom. Here. This blue angle, oh okay, black angle here. Okay, and you can see clearly the letter F. Okay, remember the letter F is your corresponding angles. So the two angles here are equal. So you can just tell me it's 44 degrees. Reason is corresponding angles. FD parallel to BC. So must write the reasons because questions say giving reasons. Okay, next one. ABD. They want you to find this angle. So what you can do is, of course, there are many ways you can do the question. One way is to see that this is a letter C. If you see the letter C, it is interior angles. Meaning these two big angles add up to 180 degrees. So to find the angle ABD, I use 180 minus the 56 minus the 44. Yes.
How come for question ABD, right?
Yep.
Why is that? Like, why isn't the answer
18.
80? 80 because
The answer is 80 for me.
Because it's like alternate angle like that, right? Then you find 80 degree here, then isn't it 80 degree here also?
100. Yeah. Oh, that's an alternative answer. Okay, I can accept that also. Okay. Okay, I just realized that maybe there's some construction issue with the question. That's why there's two different answers. Okay, one way like what I mentioned here is you can use 180 minus your 56 minus your 44, which happens to give you 70. Is it 80? 80. So this is the other answer we can accept. Interior angle, then AB parallel to CD. Okay, of course, there's another group of you who use alternate angles. Okay, and then you go and find this to be 80. Then you give me this as 80. Also correct. Oh, so this one is wrong lah. Because they never say this is parallel. So sorry, this one is wrong. Because they didn't tell us that this is parallel, so we cannot say this is interior. So the answer is 80.
can I get candy?
Get a candy.
Serious? I'm just kidding.
So you can also tell me angle ABD is 80 because of alternate angles. AB parallel to DC. Okay? Last one, AFD. This big angle here. So I hope you can see that in a quadrilateral where it's four-sided, it always adds up to 360. Like your square, like your rectangles, your parallelograms, the four angles inside always add up to 360. So you could actually use 360 minus this, minus 80, minus 56 to find this. Reason is sum of angles in a quadrilateral.
Teacher, go 1, 2, 3.
Because this is 80, right? So 1, 2, 3.
You guys say 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 4?
1, 2, 4.
I got 1, 2, 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4 is because you got 79 for the previous one, is it?
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I see.
360 minus
What do you do?
I don't know. Is it calculation error?
BDF is this one. How do you get the 136?
That's
Interior angle, huh?
But teacher, oh.
Okay, so you minus this. You minus the 80, you get the 56, which is correct. Then you use 180. Oh, you use interior angle for these two. But then it's correct.
So 1 to 4 is wrong? Yeah. No, 1 to 4 is
No,
right.
that one is also correct. 136 minus 80 is 56, correct. So 56 and you use, oh, but these two is not parallel, so cannot use interior angle. Okay, if you have used this, interior angles to find this and get 124 is not correct because the two green lines are not parallel. We cannot assume if the question never give. So the answer is 1, 2, 3. The answer is 80 above, 1, 2, 3 bottom. So you cannot assume the two pairs of green line you see there are parallel. Question never say. Okay? So remember in this first question, what I want to recap is the three properties. One is if you see a letter Z, this letter Z, this is called alternate angles, parallel lines, property 1. The next one, if you see the letter F, corresponding. So if you see this is corresponding angles, parallel lines. So if you see the letter F, you see the letter Z. Okay, last one is if you see the letter C. The letter C, then it would be interior angles.
Okay.
So these three must memorize. But the difference is they are not equal, they add up to 180. Okay, so these three. So take this to be a revision for your chapter 7 and 6. Okay, let's move on to the next one, polygons. Okay, I hope you started some form of math notebook for all your notes. Three only. 1, 2, 3. Where got so many? Okay, then of course you got 6 angle properties. Remember, okay, this one. Polygons. Let me remind you some formulas. We learn a few. Okay, first thing is if you see the word regular, it means, yes, equal sides, equal angles. Can be interior equal, exterior also equal. Okay, the formula for polygon, sum of all the interior angles is always n minus 2 times 180. N is the number of sides you have. So this formula is the first one we learn because we know that if it's a 4-sided figure, we can form 2 triangles with it. So if you have 4 sides, you minus 2, you form 2 triangles. If you have 5 sides, you minus 2, you can form 3 triangles. So every triangle is always 180. So that's how we derive the formula. Okay, and then the last thing we learn is sum of all the exterior angle. Doesn't matter how many sides you have, they always add up to 360. Okay? So of course, if you want to find 1, then you divide by n. If you want to find one of them, you divide by n. That's all. Okay, so this 7.3, you only learn these few things. Okay, so this shape, One, look at it, they tell you pentagon. So although if you don't memorize it, you don't know, you go to the diagram, you can count how many sides there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. You know n is 5. Right? So if you want to find BAE, this is one interior angle. Altogether, you have 5 interior angles. So because it's regular, they are all the same. You just have to find one of them. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by 5. So each is 108. So this is 108. In fact, all are 108. Okay? Next is I want to find ABE. This one only. And you know it's a regular polygon. So it means all the sides are equal length. So straight away you know this triangle is a bit special. What triangle is this? Isosceles. So you can use 180, take away the 108, and then you half it. So this is a 36 degree because of isosceles triangles.
So can I go toilet?
Can go. Okay, so as we are going through, I'm reviewing what you have last learned before you go into the holiday. Done? Not yet. So Raif, your holiday homework leh? Still never bring. You must pass to me next lesson already.
Okay.
Sam also your homework. Holiday homework. Or then you airdrop me the one you do soft copy? Okay, so you pass to me next lesson. Can. On WhatsApp can. TJ gave me 9. The other one you'll give me next lesson, right? Okay. Okay, done Not yet. Then you writing, You finish, Yes. Very scared. Math question?
Oh, sure.
Okay, 16-sided polygon. So I want to find BCD means they want you to find one interior angle. So it's the same thing. N minus 2 times 180, you divide by N. Divide by the number of sides you have. So you will get your angle to be 157.5. So everything that you see there, all the interior angles are 157.5. 16 of them, all the same. Okay, then they say, can you then tell me what's the exterior angle? So if you want, you just extend this. Exterior angle is always this one. So how to find? Just 180 minus the interior. You get this. Or because we know all the exterior angle will add up to 360, right? You can also use 360 divided by 16. It will also give you 22.5. This is an alternative method. Okay, but what you need to know is interior angle plus the exterior is always 180. So this is one thing you might want to note down as well. This one, 22.5. Yeah. Okay, Ken? The one that I really need to go through is the construction. I scared you forget already. I haven't quizzed you all on construction, right?
You did. No, you already did.
I did?
You did. We already did. I even have the paper.
Okay, fine.
No, I shut up. Yeah, we did. We actually did.
Okay, thanks. Got it. Point noted.
We did. Rakshita said she did.
Done? Okay, I will load all these that I've gone through the past few days today into the Google Classroom. This one is Selena, right? Selena, Tu-Yi, and Sharon. Is it Tu-Yi? Tu-Yi. Do you all have the Google Classroom yet?
Yeah.
You all have the not yet. Do you have the PLD already? Have already, but are you all inside? No. Remember now. Okay, you will get a 1:5. So calculator will give you 1:5 directly, or you can divide by 40 on both sides. Okay, so all these are giveaway points. Please take it. Next one, I'm still upset that some of you can't do this. Okay, so remember the overlapping unit is Y. I need to make them the same size. So both has to be 12. So I times 3 for 4 and I times 2 for 6. But remember, these two are on the same level. So if Y I multiply by 2 times, I must multiply Z by 2 times as well. No, because you are comparing this with this. If you are multiplying this by 2, this one also must increase by 2. Same thing here. If you multiply Y by 3 units, your X should also multiply by 3. So when you are comparing them, you realize they become 9, 12, 10, which you can't simplify further. So that is your final answer. Okay, so these type of questions are very common for exams. Make sure you know how to do 3 units comparison. Okay, some of you give me 18, 24, 20. You are not wrong, but because of this word, they want your answer in simplest form. So you got to divide further. Okay, next one, I want the percentage of boys amongst the boys only. So that means out of the total of 20 boys, 6 of them answered wrongly, and I want to know what percentage is this. So when you multiply, you get 30%, you are done. Don't go and convert to any other thing. Just write 30% will do. They want you to convert to percentage, and this they want your answer in percent. So just give me 30%.
But sure, they say leave answer in as a fraction. So like how?
Leaving your answer. Oh, okay. So actually, right, this question, if you want to like strictly follow this,
But we don't have to.
this is just like that. Right? But this is good enough because 30 can't be left as a fraction already. But if you write 30 over 1, it's also correct. Okay? But you can't write like that. Because the percent, if you change it to out of 100, you don't write percent here already. By right, you shouldn't be writing the percent here already. So don't go and change it to 0.3. Just write it as 30% will do. Okay, next one. This one, a lot of you very careless. They say answer correctly. They don't want the wrong ones. They want the correct ones. So correct ones are total is 44. Okay, the wrong ones are 8. Yes. Sure, please. No.
Can I give out?
指月, Yang 指月, Gazi. I don't have, right? Not here.
Vendor class. So
Yeah.
We went to every class.
You all know where they go? Where they are? 1D 指月 and 1D Muhammad bin Muhammad Ghazi. You know? No, 指月. 1D from 1D. Yang 指月.
the last class.
3103.
You already check every single one.
Thank you.
One more time, Okay. I think this group quite a number. I saw a number from the confirm list. Okay, so answer correctly would be your 44 take away 8, which is 36. So out of which 36 out of the 44 times 100%. So what do you get?
81 9 by 11% Teachers, so you know now that I must.
Yeah, your work is A. You don't have the quiz, right? You need an empty one. Were you here yesterday?
Yeah.
Anybody I gave back already, right? Liam's quiz.
No, teacher, his one is right there.
Okay, can Okay, so you either give me this or you give me the recurring decimal. Is it 1/8? Is it like this? Okay, but try not to round off if it's an exact answer. Zheng Yue, you focus or I change C again,
Thank you.
Okay? So give me the exact form. So some of you took the advice and gave me in exact form. Yes. Oh, it's 8-1, sorry. Then I remember wrongly. 8-1. Okay, next one. Part B is the one that killed many of you, huh?
Oh my god. There's no part C. Part B, okay.
Okay, question 3, it says that I have two towns that were 630 kilometers apart. It took the bus 7 hours 30 minutes to get to town A. So it is actually 6 o'clock now. So if you subtract this off, take away the 7 hours 30 minutes. Okay, right? So you would have been left with 10:30 a.m. Okay, as the timing. Or you can count backwards. Okay, some of you count it wrongly and give me 11:30. Okay, average speed is total distance divide by total time. So the total distance is 630 kilometers. I don't understand why some of you change to meters. The question wants you to leave it in kilometers per hours. So you must follow the same unit. So kilometers, and they want your time to be in hours. So 7 hours, 30 minutes. 30 minutes is how many hours? 0.5. Because you divide by 60, right? So actually it's 7.5 hours. So go and do your calculation. Do you get 84 kilometers per hour? 840.
I told you that's not your phone.
Okay, next one. I have a car that left town B at 10 o'clock. Remember, between town A and town B, the bus, right, left at 10:30. But the car left at 10. So there is a 30 minutes difference where the bus haven't even set out on its journey. The car already started moving, right? So there's this 30 minutes where the car moved in advance. So the car moved for 30 minutes over here. And you are interested in finding what is the distance covered. Okay? So in 30 minutes, it means it's in half an hour. You multiply by its speed. Why? Because distance is speed times time. So this is the time, this is the speed. You are finding distance traveled. So it's 45 kilometers. But read the question carefully. I want the distance between the car and the bus at that time. So I want to know what is this. My bus and my bus haven't moved, right? But my car moved 45 kilometers already. So this whole thing is 630. To find this, I need one more step to take the difference. So the answer is 585 kilometers. So this is the question that is slightly tougher. That you either leave blank or anyhow do. Okay, or some of you did this and then you left it there. So almost there, read the question carefully.
Can we get half a mark?
Math don't have half a mark. Because in the computer system, they will round up the 0.5 to 1. So it's like giving you full credit for the mark, so can't.
But they did that in primary school.
But because maybe primary school, they don't round up the marks.
They do.
Then I don't know. Okay, but we don't do this in secondary. Okay, last one. Shh. There is a time where the two of them meet. So I don't know what time is that, but we know algebra. So you can let X be the time they met. Okay?
Teacher, you could correct him for 45 kilometers.
Where?
That's crazy.
Wait, teacher, what's the graph?
Because of Suraki being honestly extra. Yeah, thank you. And for them, not honestly.
Oh.
And give me
Oops.
some marks to help. And give me some marks for saving.
Oops.
That's X.
10 change to 10.
She does.
Okay. Shh. So if this is the time that they have met, I can first find the distance traveled by the distance traveled by bus. So remember, to find distance is speed times time. I already know what is the speed of the bus. So bus is 84 multiplied by your x. So it's 84x kilometers. Okay, next is the distance traveled by the car. So the speed of the car was 90. So 90 times x is 90x kilometers. So if they traveled, this bus traveled 84x kilometers. This car traveled 90x kilometers. What can I tell about their total? Sorry, he started moving from here. Right? So what can I say about their total, these two? Okay, other than they add up to 174, they should be equal to what distance? This one. Because the car was already here. Okay, and then the bus, the distance between them were already left with 585. And then they met at time t. Right? Or time x. So this part here, I traveled 90x. 84x, sorry. This part here, I traveled 90x. So total adds up to 584. So you can tell me that 585. So in order to find x, I just divide 585 by 174. So what is the time? What is the number of hours that it took? 3.4 what?
Hours.
No, more decimal place, please. 3.36 what? Okay, something like this, right? So you know there is a 3 whole hours. Okay, and then there's this 0.36. You cannot say it's 36 minutes. You got to do a conversion. So what you can do is, in your calculator, whatever number you see there, take away the whole number first. Take away the whole number because you already know it's 3 hours, right? Then you multiply the remaining by 60. So how many minutes is that? 20 what? 21 point something. Can you all use calculator now? Why you all telling me point something something? I didn't bring my calculator today. You don't even want to press for me. 585 divided by 174 minus 3. Can you tell me what do you get? Then times 60.
It's 21.724139.
Okay, wait. 7, 2. Okay. So actually, right? Question say, can you round off to the nearest minute? So it's 22 minutes. But it took a total of 3 hours and 22 minutes. But if you get here, you are still not done. 1 mark they give for here. 1 mark they give for this. But they want the time that they meet.
So you do 3 hours 22 minutes.
From your 10:30, you need to add 3 hours 22 minutes. So that will be 1:52. So you can give me the time in 24-hour format. Or if you want, you can give me 1:52 p.m. Up to you. So this is the final answer mark. So read the question carefully. They want time, you need to give me the time. They want nearest minute, you need to round off. So this part here especially, every time I will have students doing the conversion wrongly. So it's not 3 hours 36 minutes. It's 3 hours 0.36 hours. You got to times 60 to read to find the minutes. So this one, be careful. He's always not listening. Focus. I always turn and I see someone smiling very happily. Not a bad thing, but not about math.
I'm smiling because I did not know.
Okay, last example. So this is the only question that was meant to be difficult, which every time for WAs, there will be one question that is slightly more challenging, but not impossible to do.
Is it like they want us to fail?
No, they just want to see if you are thinking hard enough. Okay, last one. Shh. Compare between 25th and 26th June. They want you to find percentage decrease. So I told you many times it's always decrease over original. times 100%. So the drop is quite clear cut. It's a 3. Original is the date that you are comparing with. So you should get a 15%. Okay, next, they want you to compare the new cases for 29 and 30th June. So this is 10 is to X. But they say the ratio is 5 is to 8. So if you take a look at it, this is like equivalent fraction. This is like a times 2. So this should be times 2 as well. So X is a 16. Okay? So that's it for your quiz. So we have sort of closed your percentage, ratio, rate and speed. So this long weekend, of course I have presents for you.
Oh, come on.
Okay, but worksheet. Oh my god. So every time after you finish a chapter, I always give you a set of worksheets to practice.
Bro, it's killing the tree.
What happened to saving the earth?
We need to save the earth.
Okay, extras pass over to this side.
I'll sacrifice my Why are you taking so many?
What's your long weekend work? Okay, but must you finish off? Yeah.
It's optional. What? Oh, yeah, Look, it's just a bit. Just pass it.
Oh.
So there should be one on chapter 8, ratio, rate and speed.
Then we got another one.
Yeah. And there's another one on chapter 9,
another one.
percentage. I will send you the final answer, the answer list. Need one more, huh? Wait, there should be extras. Okay.
Extras.
So you should have 1819, Okay, take note. I'll be sending the answer sheet to the WhatsApp group for you to check your final answer. So if there's a certain question you got it wrong, you need to clarify. Next week we will go through those only. I won't be going through everything. It's for you to practice, self-practice. It's not compulsory, but it's good for you to be practicing. Start early. Okay,